wondering if it's okay to do whatever to survive. Every time I gotta live for my situation, cause 2% of the people is 98% of the paper. That's why it's a dog-eat-dog world. For the kills they give to make it.
Dirty glove. Every time I speak, I want the truth to come out. You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like, they know what I'm gonna say because it's polite. They know what I'm gonna say. And even if I get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Ain't that what we're supposed to do? I'm not saying I'm gonna rule the world or I'm gonna change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us.
I was chillin', puffin' a spliff, pondering what's the point of life, and wondering if we're all living in the matrix, cause deception of the masses is what's being televised. As the media's trying to control the nations, wondering if it's okay to do whatever to survive. Every time I gotta live for my situation, cause 2% of the people is 98% of the paper. That's why it's a dog-eat-dog world. For the kills they give to make it, let's take it back to the day, before the time of slave ships, when being a jester was the highest level that niggas can make it. Their thoughts they're always saying is long been since outdated, then why do most niggas still only make it as entertainment? Coincidental or correlation? Too for me to be mistaken. That's why most niggas nowadays can't seem to find no elevation. It's like the facts, but I'm just saying, to use the attention no one's paying to implement institutions right here in front of our faces. I'm not saying I'm spitting facts, but this shit might be legit. Just some thoughts inside my mental you probably never get. But if you carefully pay attention and try to come listen in, you might just be affected by my perspective I'm trying to give as the music enters your speakers, creating a wave of genius. If you listen close to the thesis, it might influence your thinking. Straight up, nigga, straight up. Why so many people live in hunger, struck in poverty, when every week in America somebody hits the lottery? And does the government practice honesty? Cause if so, then why they lie and say we free when we Federal Reserve property? And oddity unexplained, cause they properly hide the chains, making us think that times have changed when we really just modern slaves. Secret societies are pulling strings, cause we're ones running the plays, and now they're cutting to the scene where the new world order's in the stage. Trip your hand is what they're saying, make you a systematic being, but really from what I'm seeing, it's just the mark of the beast. The desolation of revelations more prevalent than we think. The evidence is the wickedness running rampant in the streets. Why does the violence never cease? Niggas so quick to pull it, not knowing that biting the bullet is not a form of retreat. It's all population control, so why can't nobody see? United we stand together, but divided we all deceased. I'm not saying I'm spitting facts, but this shit might be legit. Just some thoughts inside my mental you probably never get. But if you carefully pay attention and try to come listen in, you might just be affected by my perspective I'm trying to give as the music enters your speakers, creating a wave of genius. If you listen close to the thesis, it might influence your thinking. Straight up, nigga, straight up. Is there any way to escape this? I wish I had a spaceship to take me back to the day when man was first created in search of knowledge and truth. Can I find out what the case is about the location of all the history's missing pages? Go and find the true name of the true supreme being, and why we don't practice the true religion, practicing PNG. And all the while I'm trying to see if the most righteous of the people is still condemned to hell if he doesn't praise the name Jesus. If you're going to tell the people, then you gotta tell it all. In that case, the Vatican's not peace activists, they're a cult, hiding all the missing scriptures in attempts to gain it all, while they're in the business of molesting children and young adults. All the good ones seem to fall while all the wicked people prosper. It's universal law that's missing a lot of logic, man. Just kinda like the problem, how we're set up to be losers with this war they got on drugs when the government gives them to us.
Right. And my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So if only people that's scared are the oppressors, the only people who could have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that. 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 Simple as that.